Right next to me is an entry luxury sedan, and it's made by Acura. This is the 2025 Acura TLX base with technology package. Is it good? Is it absolutely awful? And is it worth it altogether? Because this vehicle is $47,000. Now, is that price tag worth it? Well, in this video, I'll be taking you through everything this vehicle has to offer, and let's see together. Is it worth it? Now, what does the technology package include? It includes a 13-speaker sound system, voice recognition, and a bunch of other safety settings like blind spot information, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. It comes out to be $47,000. Huge thank you to Acura by Executive in North Haven, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below. Let's dive right into it and start off with the front. And I'm going to state the obvious. This is a low vehicle. We all know that, but it's extremely low. Like, I had to bring you guys down on the tripod right now. It's a 5.3-inch ground clearance, which again, you're not going to be taking the sedan off-road, so that's not a big problem. This vehicle has LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and LED turn signals, all built into this piece right here that wraps around, kind of looks like an angry, aggressive eye. It makes it look super aggressive and nice. The front here is also aggressive. You have this really nice cross front grille. Now, this is plastic here, but again, that's what you expect. But there's actually a ton of airflow. I can stick my whole hand in that, stick my whole hand down here. There is so much airflow to this engine. Now, that front Acura badge is for design, but it's also for purpose. So everyone knows, okay, it's an Acura, it's big, massive, you're driving an Acura. But behind that is the features for the adaptive cruise control. So it actually has some technology built into that behind it, which is kind of nice. These little dots here, which I'll pan to, those are your parking sensors. So if I go forward to you guys on the tripod, it's gonna beep at me saying, hey, stop, no, don't hurt you guys, because it doesn't want you to hurt objects, animals, or any other things. Now, this here is plastic. I wish this was actual airflow here. I do like this kind of little design, like shark fin piece, but this whole thing is plastic. But this is not. So this does suck air through the side of the vehicle to improve the aerodynamics. So it's not just all kind of fake here. There is a little slot over here, so it kind of works. Under the hood is where Acura has absolutely nailed this vehicle, because this is a base model, but it's not a base engine. This is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that's producing 272 horsepower and 280 foot-pounds of torque. Those are extremely healthy numbers coming from a 4-cylinder turbo. Now, this is going through a 10-speed automatic transmission, and all that power is going to both front wheels because it's a front-wheel drive. And this engine gives this vehicle a pretty healthy 25 miles to the gallon on average. And you might be wondering, where's the battery? Because you have a positive terminal, this fuse box, but no battery and a ton of extra space back there. Well, the battery is actually in the trunk. Yes, they put the 12-volt battery in the trunk here. It's for better weight savings. So you, right there, if you want to take it out, you got to go through the trunk. It actually makes it easier. But if you still want to jump the car, again, you can use the positive terminal here and then just put the negative on a piece of metal and jump the car. If you like cars just like me, you can hit that subscribe button down below. Only takes 1 second and helps me out a lot. Thank you. The key fob of this vehicle is actually very nice. The Acura logo there, this metal piece that says Acura. Then on this side, you have lock, unlock, the typical type of stuff. Hold this and the trunk should open up. Yes, it does. Now, you can't shut it like this because it's a sedan, so you have to manually go and shut it yourself, but at least it's open automatically this way. Then I don't know if I could do this with the trunk open, but you should be able to hold this and it remote starts. And yes, you cannot do that with the trunk open. So double tap the lock, hold that, and the vehicle should start up. And there it goes. And one thing I do want to say is, why is this key fob so big? Like, look at the extra room there that doesn't need to be. It's massive. I mean, it's heavy and makes it premium, but it's absolutely massive. For once in my life, I'm actually taller than the vehicle, so yes, short kings rule up. But this vehicle has a sunroof here. These mirrors have blind spot monitoring built into them. They're actually built inside the car, like this little thing will blink at you when a vehicle's coming to the side. So it's not built into the actual mirror, but it's inside the car. And these mirrors have turn signals built right on them. And these are 19-inch alloy rims with all-season weather tires. If you have your keys in your pocket, you could go up here, hit these little 3 dots, and the vehicle locks. Now, if you want to unlock it, just go grab the handle, and it unlocks. But what's really cool about this vehicle is it's not just there, it's on the back and it's on both other doors. So all 4 doors, you can just go up, keys in your pocket, hit it, lock, then hold it, and it unlocks. Open up the rear door and you're greeted to actually nicer materials than I expected. So you have the soft touch plastic all up here, and then this part right here is leather trim. So that's really nice and squishy. Leather trimmed where you rest your arm. And again, look at that. It's actually very squishy, so rest your arm. Spot for coins, window control, speaker grill there. And this is where it's hard touch plastic, because that's where you put your drink, snacks, gets dirty, wash it away. So spot for a cup there, some snacks. Now, how are the rear seats? So these are all leather trim rear seats, the rear and the front. And how is the rear legroom? Let's see. So it is okay. It could be better. Let's see, the headroom is very tight. I'm 5'8", I'm not tall whatsoever. So a 6 foot tall person probably is gonna struggle. And keep in mind, this is set to my 5'8" driving position. So if you're 6 foot tall on the front and a person's 6 foot tall in the back, they're gonna be kind of very tight. It's gonna be hard if you're tall in this vehicle. Now, how is the middle seat? I see there's a massive middle hump. Now, this is not comfortable. So you're gonna have to man spread in this vehicle, which is okay, but it does leave less room for the other passengers there. So 3 adults is kind of going to be a little tight in this vehicle. Now you have 2 AC vents, 2 USB Type-C ports here. Both of the backs of the front seats actually have little storage pockets. I actually really like that. Now this does have a cup holder armrest, so you can pull this down there, and you have 2 cup holders there, a little spot for some snacks. And that's very plush, leather trimmed. Now these headrests can come up. So boop, boop. And you can get better headrests if the person's taller there. And then you also have grab handles in case your friend's going absolutely crazy on the road, and lights in the rear. Now, how is the front door compared to the rear? Well, it's actually even more luxurious because you have the same soft touch plastic up here, but you have this nice kind of brushed aluminum look, which is very fancy. The ELS Studio sound system there, another speaker there, and you have this leather trimmed over here on the side. Again, same with the rear where it's nice and squishy, but you actually have a door handle. So you can open and close the door with that handle. Actually very nice, and that's really nice to touch. Now, a bigger storage pocket, put snacks, drinks, cups. If it gets dirty, wash it off. Now, you do have a trunk button, but I learned this doesn't work when the car's off. When it is on, it does work, but you have to turn the car on and then hit that, and then the trunk opens up. Now, this vehicle does have 2 memory seat settings. So if, let's say, a husband and wife wants to drive this car, the wife's up here and the husband's over there, they could hop in, hit that button, it automatically goes to their seating positions. Now, this vehicle has 4 window controls, lock, unlock, and your mirror controls. And yes, all 4 of these window controls are one touch. So one touch down and then one touch up. Both the front seats actually shocked me because they are both power operated, forward, back, up, down, tilt, and lumbar. Yes, the passenger also has all those controls, including lumbar, which usually the passenger kind of gets skipped out and it's manual. No, I like how they have all those controls. These are both leather trimmed seats, bucket seats actually, and have heating controls. Turn on the vehicle with a push to start and you're greeted to probably one of the coolest digital gauge clusters. And why do I say that? Well, you have a little Acura TLX there, so it shows your car right there. But it's not just showing your car, because if I hit the brakes, it actually shows the brakes on the vehicle there. And if I hit the turn signal, it actually does it in that little thing. And I think the headlights, yeah. So it's actually cool. It responds. It's like a little version of your car. And what's really cool is that's the same color as this vehicle. So it's actually the same color. Now, what can you do on this gauge cluster? Well, you could do a lot. So these little dials here can control those 2 little screens. So let's actually hit this menu real quick. And you can go through and you have phone, Amazon Alexa, USB audio, Bluetooth, Sirius XM radio. So if I want, let's say Sirius XM radio, hit that. Whoa, okay. So now we know the radio does work, but what is this over here? Well, this is another thing you can control. So hit this little gauge thing. You have trip computer, navigation, oil maintenance, tire pressure, G meter. So just like in a race car, when you floor it, it'll show how many G's you're pulling. That's actually insane. Then you scroll down, driver attention level, and this is pretty cool. It's on a lot of Honda and Acuras, seatbelt warning. So if you go, let's say I'm not seatbelted right now, it's an X. If I go and check in the seatbelt, it's gonna do a check. Now, it's not really meant for the driver, it's meant for kids in the rear. So if you're an adult or a parent and you have kids in the rear and they unbuckle and you don't know because you're just driving along and not paying attention necessarily to the back, you can see there if they're unbuckled. And then if they're unbuckled, you can go and yell at them. But the crazy thing is the customization is not over yet with this. So you can go into gauge settings here, click that, and go to gauge layout. And now it's in the crafted one. But what is advanced? Well, it makes it look more race car-y. You have your RPMs on this side, you have your miles per hour there, and it opens this spot up. So it makes it look more free and aggressive. Now, what is this speed limit up here? Well, that detects the speed limit. So I'm in a park right now, don't know why it's saying 40 miles an hour, but I guess that's the road over there. So it's saying, hey, it's detecting that it's 40 miles an hour. And if you start to go, let's say 41, 42, it's going to kind of go red. It's not going to like stop you or like go crazy, but it's going to say, hey, you probably want to slow down. And then right next to that, if you come up to a stop sign, it'll show a stop sign there. So it actually detects road signs and shows you down there. While shooting this video, I actually just learned a feature this car had I didn't know about. This little screen where it shows your car here, it'll show curves on the road if they're coming up ahead. And it'll show, okay, the dotted line is on the side and then a curve. That's actually really cool. This vehicle has a leather-wrapped, non-heated steering wheel with paddle shifters on the back. Now, this is a lot of controls, which I showed you to do that, but you do have voice recognition, volume controls. That's to turn on and off the radio real quick. Over here is some of your safety settings. So it says adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, it has blind spot monitoring, and then it also has a backup camera with moving trajectory lines. And it's a very, very crisp and clear camera. A lot of other vehicles are not that clear. This is amazing. And you can also go in, use this little touchpad down here, and go and get different views of it. And if you want darker or lighter, you can do that. It might as well talk about it now, but you put this car in reverse and your mirrors automatically tilt down to help you see better. But what if you don't want any of those safety settings I talked about? You can actually go turn a lot of them off. Hit this little button here, actually hit this also, turns off the parking sensor. And then you have road departure mitigation, turn off if you don't want. Blind spot information, turn that off. And collision mitigation braking. You can go and turn all those off if you don't want them. This vehicle has a massive screen with wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, but it is not a touch screen. It is controlled through a touchpad here, which is not that hard to use. So you just swipe to the side to go to different pages, swipe that to go up and down. So you have your maps there, then audio here. So you do a split screen setup. It's actually very nice. But what if I want to go home? Just boop, hit the back button, and then hit that, change some of the settings over there. Now, what does this screen include? So you have, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, phone, radio controls, then you have ambient lighting. So you can actually control this ambient lighting throughout the vehicle. So you can have this red, green, blue, whatever colors you want. It also will show down there. And you have Amazon Alexa built into this. So it's actually very nice. You can have voice commands through Amazon Alexa. Below the screen, Acura has physical AC controls. Good job. We want physical controls. Hotter, colder, fan speed. It's actually easy, like the super simple. It's probably the easiest AC ever that I've seen. And then on off, boop. Then these are heated seat controls, and you actually have auto. So you can turn that on, and let's say if it's like 60 degrees, it'll set it on like one heated seat. Let's say like 40, it'll set on 2. And then if it's like 2 degrees, it'll set it on 3. So it adjusts the temperature and automatically turns them on, adjusts to that. Now, what is this dynamic mode? So this is actually to change those different settings. So you have normal, comfort, sport, and then hold it. And you can go and customize different things. So if you want the engine to, let's see, be sporty and aggressive, if that thing will go away, yeah, sporty, but I want my, let's say, steering to be normal. You can have that. So you can go and customize every little thing you want, and you can turn off idle, start, stop if you don't want it. There's no actual gear knob in this vehicle. It's buttons, which is very cool because you just boop, hit it reverse, drive, back to park. Super simple. This is your wireless charging pad here. So put a phone in there, dual cup holders, and you have a leather trimmed armrest here, and you lift it up and you have even deeper storage. You have a USB-A, USB-C, and a cigarette outlet port. The sunroof on this vehicle can be opened with a simple button. And now if you want, you can just climb out and enjoy the outside. The rear of the vehicle keeps the same design element as the front, but there's a lot less going on than the front was. So you got the Acura logo right front and center. Everyone knows exactly what you're driving. And I like how they integrated the backup camera right below that Acura badge. A lot of other companies just put it in random spots because they need to fit it. Acura made it kind of nice through a little piece there, so it's kind of hidden. Then the TLX badge all the way over on that side. Then these headlights, or sorry, taillights, are LED taillights and LED turn signals. And they kind of wrap around on the side. And I'll pan to and show you here, but there's the Acura logo in the side here, which that's pretty cool. These little dots here, those are your parking sensors, just like the front. When you back up something, it's gonna beep at you saying, hey, stop, no, don't hit it, because it doesn't want you to hurt anyone. License plate holder right down there. And these are kind of fake tips. Now, this does have, again, real exhaust tips, which I'll pan to and show you, but this HDMI looking port thing is fake. It's made to kind of make it look bigger and stuff. It's a little tip, which I'll show you. So that's one thing. Now, where's the grab handle for this trunk? Well, it's an actual button here. It's hidden in the taillight, which makes it kind of unique and cool. Hit it and it automatically opens up. And now the space in here is actually incredible. I can fit 1, and probably 2 of me if I squeeze all the way in here so it can fit 2 mats. There's a ton of storage in the back here, but let's say if you want even more storage, pull this lever and karate kick the seats, and then you can even have more storage. And if I want, I could just climb in here, ow, I scratch myself, all the way to the other side. And let's see, did Acura include a spare tire or a fix-a-flat in this car? Gotta lift this piece up, and it is a fix-a-flat, so no spare. It's better for weight savings, but what do you think about that? Do you want a spare or do you like the fix-a-flat? Taking it out on the road, how does the TLX feel to drive? Well, it actually feels extremely nice. There is a little bit of road noise in this vehicle. It's nothing crazy. You definitely hear the engine way more than anything else. That you can definitely hear a lot of it. I'm in like normal mode, I'm not in sport mode, so you definitely can hear that. But the outside road noise, nothing too crazy. Again, it's not some obscene like Escalade where you're gonna hear nothing. So you do hear a little bit of bumps that you hit, but nothing crazy. You are very, very low to the ground on this vehicle. I feel like I'm basically touching the floor. And some people like that. Some, like myself, I like being low to the ground, so this is very fun. Let me actually step on it real quick and okay. Oh, yeah, that does do a really good job. It's, 272 horsepower, gets up and goes. This 4-cylinder turbo engine actually does its job very well. And I'm coming up to a stop here. So let's see, I'm going 30 miles an hour right now on this side road. Let me kind of come to a dead stop here real fast. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that does exactly what you want. You hit on the brake and this thing stops. And handling on this vehicle is incredible. Since you're so low to the ground, it just goes into corners. Sorry if you guys are flying around there, but this thing can just take corners like crazy. And what's cool is this is not even, again, the sport version. This is not the A-Spec, the Type S. Those are even better, faster, and even more aggressive. This vehicle is like aggressive, and it's not supposed to be. It actually is a very fun and chill family vehicle to drive. So if you have a family, you want to take in this, but you also want to have a little fun, this is definitely the vehicle for you. But the real question is, what do you think about this vehicle? Do you like it or do you absolutely hate it? And do you think it's worth the $47,000? Let me know, be honest, let me know in the comments below. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep updated with more content. And a huge thank you to Acura by Executive in North Haven, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below.